first of all, give Rice a lot of credit. They could have easily folded the tent, and they didn't. We had to win that game twice. That's the way I felt. And I'm really proud of the way the guys responded. They could have easily sunk emotionally, but they kept their spirits. My staff was really good at keeping them upbeat, keeping me upbeat, and they scored the first bucket of the overtime, and Jeremiah came back, and Jeremiah was a new man. And we talked on the bench. I was disappointed with some of the decisions he made. He took some bad shots. He was loose with the ball. He got a technical foul. He's playing like a freshman. But we talked, and he came back and had a beautiful finish to the game. And that was, highlighted by that dive on the floor. Rob's dive on the floor at Houston, which you guys didn't see, was my favorite play of the year. This is now my favorite play. That dive on the floor was unbelievable. His energy is infectious. And, it wasn't a pretty game at times, but I thought our rebounding and our foul shooting were sensational.
You said you talked to him. What kind of things did you say to him?
I just said, listen, you're playing like a freshman. I said, you need to play basically like an experienced freshman. You're playing like a, high school kid from Bartow, all right? You're now an experienced freshman, play like it. And he, I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that's made me feel better. I think the message needed to be delivered. And he took over there at the end.
You had the lead toward the end of regulation that slipped away, leading to overtime. And you said that you and your staff talked to the guys to keep their heads up. Yeah. What kind of things did you say to perk them back up?
Oh, just things like, I remember Dean Smith was the best in those type of situations. Like, this will be good for us. This is good for us. We're prepared for these situations. I thought we were going to get a shot at the end of regulation. We didn't. And we were talking at that time, like, we've practiced for these situations. And then the overtime, hey, this is good for us. This will be a great experience for us. And so you want to turn any negative into a positive, and we tried to do that. And to the kids' credit, they responded. I don't know if there's anything we said. They were probably more calm than we were at the time, but they went out and played a sensational overtime period. I was told that 19 points in overtime is a record at SMU, and it was a hard-fought game. Our defense in the first half was sensational. We did a great job on Kazemi, and but they've got good shooters, and they also are really good at stealing the basketball. So no lead is safe. We got a little loose there. That inbounds pass from Rob to Mike. We work on those things, but the other team works on them too.
You've talked all year about Pop and Ryan Harp and Mike Walker and the way they've grown into their leadership roles. Did they take a leadership stand there at the end of regulation too and grab some of the younger guys?
No question. I mean, I didn't see it, but the body language says it all. I think those guys are a very confident group. They've been through some battles. They're an experienced group. They're the seniors. They've been through the wars, the whole deal. And I thought they were sensational. I thought that our offense in overtime really blossomed, and Rob hit that big three at the top of the key. Mike strived to the basket. Again, Mike goes 2 for 10, 0 for 7, but he goes 6 for 6 from the foul line and makes some huge foul shots when the game was on the line.
Rob goes 7 for 9, 4 of 6 on threes, 8 of 9 at the line. Is he the best shooter in the league?
Well, statistically, I think he is, right? Isn't he the best three-point shooter in the league? Yeah. So, and even if he wasn't statistically, say that 10 times fast, I still think he is. He's, I've said this publicly, he and Matt Carroll, who I coached at Notre Dame, are the two best shooters I've coached. And, when Rob misses, I'm like surprised. And so he's a threat, and they know it. And still he gets 26 points.
When he has a game like today, do you ever sort of think back to his freshman year and just how far he's come since he got here?
Yeah, Rob was out of shape. He came off a broken foot, I think he had coming into his freshman year. Was heavy, didn't understand how to work, couldn't dunk, always tried to dunk, couldn't dunk. And deserves a lot of credit besides Rob, is Carl Jordan, our strength coach, because he has worked his tail off with Rob, and Rob is finally healthy and in the best shape of his life, and you know, he's actually dunking the ball. He's actually handling the ball. I mean, Rob's bringing the ball up the court. Rob couldn't do that, and that's a credit to Rob, and also I think Larry Mangino, who works on the ball handling every day with these guys. But Rob puts in a lot of time. He is a very hard worker.
What do you feel like you were doing wrong as a team that actually let Rice get the game in overtime, because you made most of your free throws? Yeah,
well, I think that they hit some tough shots. I mean, Capers hit a three across from their bench. You know, it was like 28 feet. They were going to Jackson, and he was driving to get to the foul line, so we went to a 1-3-1 zone, so we had to pass it. And Capers hits that deep jumper. Then I struggle with his name, number 32, Flager, hit that three over a hand in front of their bench. You know, they don't have to hit those shots. And then did Pop foul Kuipers? Was that in the regulation when he hit the layup and fouled him? I don't know. But I just think that they hit some shots. You got to give them credit. The only thing that I thought we did poorly is two things. We let Capers get that jumper at the top of the key, and then the inbounds pass from Rob to Mike when it went out of bounds, and they got the basketball. That's when Kazemi got fouled. You know, and Kazemi made those foul shots. That was big on his part. So, you know, it's just so much sometimes not what we did. It's, you know, you got to give them credit too.
I mean, the two times that they seriously threatened, when they tied the game early in the half, and then when they actually took the lead early in overtime, it seemed like your team really responded. Was it just
so you reminded me now we won the game 3 times because we had a 9-point lead. They cut it. They tie it up. We go on a 9-0 run,
right.
And then we've got the game in hand, hopefully, with the last minute to go. They tie it. So thank you for bringing that to my